everybody? We're coming at you today out in the garage. Today we're going to be pulling my transmission out. There hasn't been any issues with it. Everything's been shifting great and fine. But I'm going to be putting back in a 5th gear from a RSX Type S in there, along with a 6th gear as well. It did have an Accord 5th in there, which is just really, really long. We're also going to inspect the PBG 1st and 2nd gear. Make sure everything's still right with it. If not, I'll send it back out to get cut, and we'll be good to go from there. So let's get this thing out of here. So, we got the transmission out, I got a haircut, and I got some beer. So let's start tearing this thing apart. First, up on top of the trans is I think it's a 14mm hex. Yeah, it's 14mm hex. It's on the top here. And we're going to take off the shifter cable brackets here. 2 12s. Actually, it looks like it should be 3 of them, this one. No big deal. And I might as well take out these 3 detent balls for the shift forks. And these do have a spring inside of them and a little ball bearing. I'm going to have to get a magnet. Actually, my screwdriver tip might be magnetic. Just barely magnetic. Alright, let's get these other ones out. So on the front of the trans we have a 8mm hex here that holds the shift mechanism in, along with 4 10s. Got 2 more down there. And I'm going to pull this 14mm out here that holds reverse gear in. And I'm also going to pull the VSS out over here. That's a 12. Alright, now the fun part. Get to pry open the case, but more importantly, gotta pry open a circlip up here that holds the counter shaft in and tap the bearing down. So that's gonna be fun. Sometimes it goes easy, sometimes it doesn't. So we'll see how it goes. And ta-da-da, transmission. So this is a RTV. Everything looks pretty good in there. It was new when this trans was built. So hopefully I can just put on the 5th and 6th and get it back in the car. Okay, so we got everything out here. Like I said, this shift fork is just for a 5-speed transmission, so that's going to go out. And I have a nice one here for 5th and 6th. Shift selector is getting changed out. Yeah, I do believe I have a stiffer, like an M-Tech spring or something like that on the 5-speed. So I think I'm going to put that spring on the here, or just get a new set, doesn't matter. And here is 5th and 6th. Counter shaft 5th and 6th. And then that little shift piece that goes on this shift fork here and sits down in the trans. I just got to take this to my work, press all this off. I feel like this whole thing is going to slide down too, but press all this off, put these back on, and that'll be done for that. And then I'll clean these up, check over the synchros there, and we'll get that onto the main shaft here. All this up above from here up will come out, and everything down here stays the same. Like I said, I'm going to be changing out this bearing down here for one that's in the case right down there was brand new. And I got the good old 8th Gen SI LSD in there. And that's everything there is going to stay the same. So that's about where I'm going to leave off tonight with the trans. I'm going to take some stuff to work and clean it out. And then I'll get the bearing out of the case, get the other one out of the case over there. And just to show you a couple things that I got. It'll be going on the car soon is a set of KS tuned trailing arms. Got them used from a friend who was doing a new build for his race car, running sport front-wheel drive. Also got a Speed Factory staging brake. Still waiting on the lines to come in. They're all custom made, I guess. So we'll get those on, drop a nice 50 pounds. So we'll have those arms going in, and then we'll get to figure out a date. Jason Schmuck of Schmuck Built is going to be doing the cage. The 10-point Whitfield. Car doesn't really need a 10-point, but I felt like just doing the 6. I've already been 10-8. I have plans to finish up a built motor here, and I'd rather just get the cage done right the first time. I don't think that I'll be cracking into the 9s anytime soon, but maybe one day the car will get a turbo or a nice big dollar built motor and touch 9s, so I just figured do it right the first time. Also have a few more updates coming for you, so stay tuned for that. Waiting on some stuff to come in the mail. So I think that about wraps up tonight. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more updates. See you later.